Hey guys, so welcome to day number 14. Hope you guys doing really well and gone through the program now. So have a bit of idea what are we going to be doing. You have started speaking to the people, you have organized your webinar, you have organized the events you have, and you started to call people and started to make some sort of conversation with people. And here's one thing, what we talked about, I think in one of those days is what are those active tasks and what are those, passive tasks. So if you spend most of your time doing active tasks, meaning that conversation with people and telling them how you can actually help them, that is the one of the best way to scale your business, right? So two of my friends scale their businesses more than $1 million within 10, 11 months. And it's just absolutely crazy to even see that, and most people can't even think about doing it. And one of the biggest reason behind it is called the belief as well, right? So you must have that belief that if you put a process together, if you follow up standard system, you'll be able to get the results. But I think most people just don't have this belief. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about your future, right? The first thing is, and the most important thing is, I want to give you the introduction and sort of give you the process. I think we kind of did it a couple of times in the program as well, but I want to give you more into it. I'm going to give you the access to that entire rewiring session. What do we do? And I've got my documentation. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through that process, and hopefully, you kind of go through with me. Um, and do that pretty much every day, right? So that's what we want to do, because we need to make rituals. So if you need a rituals document, if you don't have it, you haven't downloaded so far, just comment the below saying rituals, and I'll send you the document, right? So just comment below rituals, and we'll send it to you. I'll get somebody to do it for you. Yeah, so main thing is, in last few weeks you have gone through certain content, and one of the belief I really want you to have is it's possible, right? It's possible, right? So whatever results you're trying to create for yourself and for your business, it's possible. And also a lot of people before you have done it. You're not the only one trying to make something successful. Your business is not the unique business. You're not trying to sell something for the first time to the world. A lot of people know how to sell stuff. A lot of people have done that before you. So you don't need to, trying to struggle and do it by yourself. You can ask for help. Um, but if you really want to do that by yourself, just make sure that it's successful, right? It is possible that you're not the only one. There is a method, there is a system, there is a steps available for make it happen. I'll give you an example of this. One advice can change your life, and it's worth millions of dollars, and you don't know when you're going to get it as part of the process. When we started our software company, one of the biggest hurdle I had was we built this software, we spent our money, and the software is available now. And how do I now go out and present that to the CEO, CTO, CEOs in the businesses so that they can buy from us? I just, trying to contact them through LinkedIn, trying to reach out, bought a list from somebody as well. That person said, "Hey, I'll give you a list, pay me this much," and we did that, but just couldn't make it successful. We have this one big blockage that, hey, how do I get in front of the CEOs? And you know that anybody at the C level, they are really busy, right? They just don't have time. So each time you're trying to reach out to them, it feels like a sales guy trying to sell them something, and just things didn't work out. So we had to find a different way. But we had the small company, we were the smallest company, probably like 4 or 5 people in the company, and didn't have much of the budget. We spent about 35 grand on marketing, but just couldn't get people into the door, right? We just couldn't make it happen. By the time we spent about $200,000-300,000 on developing everything, we had the team of people, but we were not making money, and the sales were not coming through the door, and nobody was coming, and nobody was buying the software or getting into the subscription. So we had a lot of problems, like any startup would have it. So what's the solution? What did we do? So we ended up hiring a mentor, right? Said things are not working. We don't know how to do it. We need your help, right? So, simple example: we struggled for 6 months, spent 100,000 to 300,000 on different. We hired a marketing company as well to do it, but that just didn't work by itself, because marketing people, if you have a companies, they only would do what you tell them to do, right? But if, say, for example, you say, hey, I'm trying to reach out the CEOs, and marketing people will try to, make your presentations in a way so that you can reach the CEOs, right? That's the way. So because you need to tell them what to do, and they'll just do it for you. But our strategy wasn't working, so we had to get somebody like a mentor who could sit up in the board and help us. Otherwise, just things were not working. So one of the things what happened was completely changed it. We had the first session with our mentor, and he said, I'm going to charge $10,000. And that's how I work, right? So $10,000, and the first 3 months we had to pay 30 grand USD. Was like, okay, that's fine. We already spent so much money. Let's do this. And here is what happened, right? First board meeting, we were sitting and we were having conversation, then telling him the problems. And here is what he said. He said, you are speaking to the wrong people. You're speaking to the wrong people. And we're like, what? Because CEOs, CIOs, and all these C-level execs have the money. They're the people who bring in, the softwares. So we were speaking to the right people. So it was like, he said, no, you're speaking to the wrong people. And it was like, please tell us. And he said, let me explain. And he goes, who is going to be using your software? Is it a CEO, CIO? I said, no, it's IT people who's going to be using our software. Project managers going to be hiring the IT people who's going to be using the software. And we're making life easier for IT world, not for CEOs. He said, yes, because you're not making life easier for CEO. He has zero interest, because you're not making his life easier. He's just making staff life easier, right? So he has zero interest. You making project managers life easier because you're making his project deliver on time and cheaper compared to anybody else. So you're making their life easier. He said, you're targeting wrong people. So he said, instead of targeting to the CEOs, CIOs, go and target to the IT people and give them your software. They'll just internally tell everybody that they need to buy it. That one thing changed everything. We approached all the IT people. We knew most of them, and we said, "Hey, use our software, and it's for a certain period of time for free." And they used it, and they made it hit within their teams. And the project manager liked it. They ended up buying it, right? So somebody after a few months knocked on our door, tapped on my shoulder, said, "Hey, we want to buy your software because you're a pain in the backside." So that's how everything happened. So what it means is, you know you need to look at things from different perspective. You need to look at things from different perspective, because your perspective will not help, because your perspective is the one which created the problem. Today, if you don't know how to do a business, you haven't done it in the past, the only way you can do it is spend 10, 15, 20 years learning through your experience, or get somebody else to help you get it done within 3 months, right? So my suggestion is work with somebody who you resonate with the most and help you take your business to the next level instead of struggling, right? So the only thing is going to happen is you're going to get frustrated within few months, and you're going to say, hey, I quit and I'm going to go back to my job. And this is one of the worst things you can ever do, because one reason you're quitting, not because you want to, is because you feel that you are not good enough or you can't do it, and you haven't tried everything. Right? If you're still saying that I've tried everything, no, you haven't, because you haven't worked with the right people yet, right? There are a lot of people out there who have answered to your problem, so find them. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about um, the rewiring session, and I really want you to rewire and create a future identity, which is going to help you create the business you're looking for, right? So that's what we want to do. So here is something you want to put in your mind, right? So the first thing I really want you to think about is, what is the end results you want to create? What is the end result you want to create? What is the end result you want to create? Whether it's you want to create a business after 3 months, after 6 months, or 1 year, 2 year, whatever that end result is, not with the time, not with the time, not with the time, but I just want you to think about what is the end result you're looking to create. Whether it's you want to have $6,000 in your bank, or $6,000 paying clients, or you want to have a $200,000 business, or you want to have $3 million business. What is the end result you're looking to create? So write it down. What is the end results you want to create? right? What is the end result you want to create? So let's do one thing. Let's close your eyes, and step into that identity of that end results. So whichever, wherever that is, whatever you want, whatever the end result you're looking for, step into that. Step into that. Step into that that's already been done. Step into this identity saying, yeah, it's already been done. Feel the feeling of that. Feel that inside your body. How does that feel, that having this end outcome already completed? Stay with me for a while. Sit there for a while and feel the feeling of being able to, or being accomplished, that end outcome. How does that feel? How does it feel to be able to do that? Being able to achieve the goal you thought that you want to get it. And that's your true choice. So I think I really want you to be mindful of this. So open your eyes, come back to this world, open your eyes. I really want you to create a true choice. And that's one of the most thing is, I don't want you to, when you're thinking of what is the end outcome I'm trying to create, don't go in circles. Like, give you an example. Um, the end outcome I want to create, or somebody else might say, I want to create is, I want to become the best public speaker. Right? I want to become the best public speaker in this country. That's the end outcome I want to create. And I want people to pay me $10,000 for public speaking, whatever that thing is, right? But what happens is, that's the true choice you want to create. But because you want to create that, you started to see the problems. You meaning that, hey, you don't have any training, you don't have any certifications. So you might say, hey, my end outcome is I have to complete public speaking course, because that's what you believe that you need to do to get that, right? Did you get the point? Right? So meaning that you already put roadblocks thinking that you have to do that. So what I mean by the true choice is, that's what you really want, that's what you want to create, not your sidetracked stuff which you have to do to make it happen, but the true choice. What do you really want to create? It's not because, for the sake of because of this, right? I want to do this because I want to prove somebody wrong, or want to prove somebody right, or I want to do this because my ego wants to do it. Not just because I just want to do it. I just want to see how that looks like. I just want to create something from for no reason. So I think one of the biggest thing is, in the world, which world we live in a reason world. Sometimes we just have to justify. We believe that we need to justify, and that's why we all have this justification hat on for everything, all the time. Like, why do you want to do this? Because of this. So I think for a time being, don't wear a justification hat. There is no reason for anything, right? Why today is like this, that's how it is. Why somebody is like this, that's how it is on this planet, that's how it works. Somebody stole money from us, that's how it is, right? So it's not good, bad, it's nothing ugly, that's how it is, because you are not the only creative force in the world today, right? So everybody's trying to create. The person who steals stuff, that person is also trying to create something. The person who hurts somebody, that person is also trying to create something. The person who is trying to have a good relationship, that person is also trying to create something. What it means is, everybody in the world right now trying to create something. Sometimes they win, sometimes you win, right? So it doesn't mean that there is something good or bad in everything. What it means is, that's how it is. I think we all must know this. That's how it is. There is nothing good and bad in anything. There is no reasoning. If you want to create $1 million business, there is nothing good or bad. That's how it is, right? That you just want to create. You just want to see how that's going to feel like. That's it. How it's going to feel like. That's it. You just want to do that. So I think we don't want to give the reasoning. So that's what we want to do. So remember this. What do you want to create? The end results you want to looking for. That's your true end results. That's what you're looking for, not because you're doing it for some reason. So hope this makes sense. So that's what we're looking for. So now the next question is, Where are you right now? Close your eyes. Close your eyes and feel that where are you right now? Compared to this, compared to this, your end outcome you're looking for, where are you right now? What's the difference? Where are you right now? Close your eyes and feel that. Feel the feeling of being here right now and having that disconnect. Feel the feeling of that. How does it feel today, right now, here, compared to this? All right, open your eyes when you're ready. Open your eyes. Come back into this world. So what we did is we did two steps. We did, what do you want? What do you want? Where you are right now, and you've probably felt the gap. There is a bit disconnect, right? There is a bit disconnect at the moment. Um, Now I want you to think, what do you need to make it happen? What do you need to do to fill that gap? Close your eyes and feel that. What do you need to do to fill that gap? What do you need to do to fill that gap? Or why you don't have this today? What's the reason you don't have this desired future today? What's the reason you don't have? Or you might say the problem is dash, whatever that is for you. Just say, what's the problem? Why you haven't managed to achieve that? What's the problem? What is the problem right now? What's the problem? Because this is what you want, this is where you are, that's the gap, and what do you need to do to fill that gap? And what's the problem? What is the problem? Why you haven't managed to achieve that? Why you haven't managed to fill the gap? What's the reason? What's the reason? I want you to close your eyes again. Now I want you to look at this problem, whatever the problem you brought it out. What is that problem you have? I want you to look at this problem from a victim identity, that somebody made you, this problem, you can't solve it. You are a victim, that this problem cannot be solved. This problem is you not good enough, that you don't have enough. So look at this problem from a victim perspective. Close your eyes, concentrate on this problem, and look at it from a victim perspective. How does that feel? Open your eyes. When you're ready, open your eyes. I want you to write it down, or write it down on your pen and paper, or type it in the chat and let me know. How does that feel when you look at it from a victim identity? How does that feel when you look at it from a victim identity? Now, close your eyes. Now, close your eyes. Now, step into that future self where you are stepping into that end outcome, your desired future, the goal you wanted to achieve, the true choice which you wanted to have. Now step into that, step into this identity, step into that identity and look at that same problem. Look at the same problem again. Exactly same problem. Now look at this problem. What do you think from your future identity perspective? What is you, how do you see this problem today from this identity, which is a super creator identity, from your future self, looking at the same problem? What do you say to this problem? What do you say to this problem? Now, can you open your eyes when you're ready? Can you write it down from both perspectives? Write it down from a victim perspective and write it down from your super creator, the future self, the future identity, the person you want to become, from that identity, the future identity, from that perspective. And tell me, what's the difference? Same problem, what's the difference? How do you see that? Same problem. So here is one of the biggest thing you must know. So I think we're going to sort of stop it pretty quickly. But here is one thing which I really want you to think about it. There is no problem as such, right? Problems are always attached to identities. You as a person have different problems. Bill Gates as a person have different problems, right? Everybody's got a problems, but what it means is problems are always attached to identities. You change this identity, you're not going to have the same kind of problems. You're going to have a different problems, right? But not the same. Meaning that you must learn to move your identity and shift it from here to here if you want to go, if you want to achieve your desired future faster, right? So today you're seeing this as a problem. I can tell you by just, I know because I've done it with so many people, that this problem, which you looked at it from a victim perspective, is completely different lens when you looked at from a future identity perspective, right? So the same problem changes the meaning, absolutely changes the meaning when you look at that. So it's really important to see that. Right? If you don't see that, today the problem you might have it, it's just there, right? So what it means is there's certain actions you need to take. They're not good, they're not bad, they just need to do. So what I always say to people is, this is what you want and you're working towards it. Today, you might get it some results. Tomorrow, you might not get some results. But doesn't mean that you are good, you're bad. Something has to do with it. I, for many years, had this identity that I wanted to be successful, but I didn't want to fail. I wanted to be successful, but I didn't want to fail. The biggest problem with that is, for me to be successful, I need to learn to fail, right? I had to learn that people had to say no to me few times in a day for me to be successful. If you're getting 500, 600 leads, there's going to be a lot of people who's going to say no to you. Out of that, 90% of people won't buy. That's the way the numbers work, right? So meaning that 90% of the people are going to say no, but 10% is going to say yes. So instead of concentrating on 90%, let's work with people who want to work, right? Who want to make differences. I know out of you, so many people are going through the program. Most of you won't come into the next level. Most of you won't join the next program. Most of you won't do it. Why? Because that's how it works. There is no good and bad. There is nothing wrong with the program. There is nothing right. There is nothing wrong. That's the way the world works. So there's no personal attachment to anything. If you do it, that's awesome. If you don't do it, then still it's awesome. Hope you enjoyed the time here, right? So there's no good and bad in the meaning out of that. So I'm not making any meaning out of that. That's the way it is, and I'm okay with that, right? So remember this: you got to be okay with everything. So there is no, don't try to find a reasoning behind it, but that is the main reason for this. So if you want to be getting clients, there are certain things you need to do, and we talked about those certain things. Remember what we talked about? They're active tasks. If you want to be successful in a business, there are certain active tasks you must do. My suggestion is 80% active, 20% inactive or passive task, right? So if you do 80% active for at least 2, 3 months, you'll get so many clients. There is no reason you won't get it, because you're doing so many active tasks. So active task will get you client, passive won't. So stop working on a passive task and keep working on the active task. But to be honest, look, I had fun, enjoyed it from last few days or 14 days to work with you guys in these small segments. But would love to work with you for next 3 months, next 6 months, next 1 year to help you scale your businesses. But not only that, business is the vehicle which I choose to make an impact in the world. Right, business is just my vehicle. I know the people who I'm gonna work with. They're gonna make differences in the world. Right, they are those people. They are high achievers. They are the thought leaders. They are the people who are experts of their domain. They're the people who's going to go and make a lot of impact in the society, in the world. So if you are here, I know that you're already leader. There's no because that's how this thing work. Most of the leaders turn up in my tribe because they're looking for somebody like them. So I know you are a leader, I know you're going to make a difference, but one of the things is, as a leader, it's pretty lonely at the top. It's pretty lonely at the top. You want to find a tribe of people you want to work with so that you can mingle around with certain people. You can say certain things to those people who will understand you. If you say, holy crap, this just didn't work, right? You can't say to your clients, you can't say to your, the friends and family, but you need to have a tribe of people you can be working really closely. I have right now, some of my past clients are my best friends. Why? Because that's how it works, right? So I just couldn't speak to many people, and they just couldn't speak to many people. So we are kind of best friends now, and that's how it works. So I think saying that, look up last before I go and say goodbye to you guys. If you are joining with us in the next group, in the implementation program, in the case study program, I'd love to help you scale your business to 15, 20 grand a month and make it happen for you. If not, thank you for your time. And look, I really enjoyed helping you scaling, taking your business to the next level. But if you got any question and you want to understand more, something didn't make sense, I still love to help you. Right? I'd still love to help you. So put the comments below and let me know what you think. Let me know what do you think about the entire thing, what you did, what do you like the most, what breakthrough did you have, anything you learned, applied, and got the results. Love to know. Please type it in below and love to know those results, what you got. But anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for your time and looking forward to seeing you in the implementation program. If not, then I'll see you somewhere pretty soon as well. All right, that's it for me. Thank you, and I'll speak to you guys soon.